South Louisiana Quiz Bowl Online is made possible by the generous support of these sponsors. MC Bank, sharing the hometown spirit since 1955. Lapco Manufacturing, modern industrial workwear. Barker Honda, Martin Luther King Boulevard in Houma. It's better at Barker. Houma Paint and Industrial Supply, proud supporter of education in the Bayou region. DHD Offshore Services, personnel for inshore and offshore projects. DHD, a workforce that soars. Hello and welcome once again to South Louisiana Quiz Bowl. Vanderbilt Catholic has already reached the finals of our varsity tournament, and they await the winner of today's match between South Lafourche High School and E.D. White Catholic School to determine our champion. So good luck to both teams. Let's get to rapid fire. We're going to be dealing with sports items today, sports information. Good luck. What event is held annually at Roland Garros Stadium in Paris? Drew.
French Open.
That's right. Who won the Rumble in the Jungle over Luke?
George Foreman.
No, Muhammad Ali. In what Ohio city is the professional?
Canton.
Ethan. That's right. What event includes a 2.4-mile swim, a 112-mile Cameron?
Triathlon.
Can you be more specific?
Olympic triathlon.
No, the Ironman triathlon. In what sport do Commonwealth countries play in an international test match? Ethan.
Soccer.
No, cricket. How long does a round in professional boxing last? Ethan.
A minute, 30 seconds.
No, 3 minutes. If you've been awarded the Claret Jug, what prestigious golf tournament have you won? William.
The Masters.
No, the British Open. How many events are there in the Olympic decathlon? Drew.
10.
That's right. What sport did Dr. James Naismith invent at the spring? Ethan.
Basketball.
That's right. In golf and tennis, looking for a grand slam. That's the end of the round. Let's take a moment and let the players introduce themselves. We'll start with South Lafourche.
Hello, my name is Drew Como. I'm a junior. This is my 4th year in Quiz Bowl, and I love Slinkies.
Hello, my name is Cameron Sanema. I'm a senior. This is my 7th year in Quiz Bowl. Other than Quiz Bowl, I'm in band and science math club, and I love Slinkies.
Hi, my name is Zeta Plazos. I'm a senior. This is my 5th year in Quiz Bowl, and other than Quiz Bowl, I'm in Math and Science Club and National Honor Society, and I love Slinkies.
Hi, my name is Ethan Keefe. I'm a freshman. This is my 3rd year in Quiz Bowl. Other than Quiz Bowl, I'm in band, and I love Slinkies.
And we remember why they love Slinkies. The captain is Cameron, so thank you for joining us today, South Lafourche High School, and their faculty sponsor, Miss Annie Jo Adams. Let's welcome South Lafourche. Here are the players for E.D. White.
My name is Alexis, and other than Quiz Bowl, I'm on dance team.
My name is Luke, and other than Quiz Bowl, I am a tuba player.
I'm Eli Barrio. I'm a sophomore at E.D. White, and other than Quiz Bowl, I run track and cross country.
I'm William. I'm a senior, and other than Quiz Bowl, I'm in E.D. White Kid Club.
Let's recognize the captain, Luke Omer, and thank you to the faculty sponsor, Mr. Craig Foray. Let's welcome back E.D. White Catholic. All right, continuing on with the toss-up bonus round, here's a 2-point toss-up. His breakthrough scientific treatise was completed in 1530. However, he didn't publish until he was on his deathbed in 1543 out of fear of the Roman Catholic Church.
Galileo.
That's incorrect. The Roman Catholic Church named the astronomer who put forth, Ethan?
Nicholas Copernicus.
That's correct. Bonus question for South Lafourche. Empire and dynasty is the category. In 1762, a palace coup overthrew Catherine the Great's unpopular husband, and she was proclaimed empress. She then extended the Russian Empire south to what body of water?
Black Sea.
That's correct. Who ruled an empire for over 600 years, longer than any other Muslim dynasty?
Umayyad. Defer to Drew.
The Umayyads.
No, sorry. E.D. White?
Abbasid?
No, the Ottomans. South Lafourche, what royal dynasty was represented by Spain's Philip II, 1556 to 1598? Your answer?
Defer to Drew.
Habsburg.
That's correct. 4 points for South Lafourche, and here is a 2-point toss-up. Completed on a wall of the Santa Maria del Grazie in 1497, it is often considered the first work of art of the High Renaissance in Italy. A recent bestseller promoted the controversial theory that the individual to the left of the central figure is actually a woman. Identify this Da Vinci painting supposedly depicting Eli.
The Last Supper.
That's correct. Bonus for Edie White. Name the following actors who also distinguished themselves in World War II. Promoted to Major General by President Reagan, he twice received the Distinguished Flying Cross and starred in It's a Wonderful Life and Harvey.
John Wayne.
That's incorrect. South Lafourche.
No answer.
That is Jimmy Stewart. Edie White, a combat engineer who cleared landmines after the Battle of the Bulge, who is better known for directing such films as The Producers and Blazing Saddles.
Pass.
South Lafourche. Your answer?
Spielberg.
No, Mel Brooks. Edie White, General Hap Arnold offered a special assignment in aerial gunnery, making a recruiting film during combat to this actor who played in Gone with the Wind.
I don't know.
South Lafourche.
James Dean.
No, it was Clark Gable. No points for that. Here's a 2-point toss-up. Shallow and partially frozen in the winter months, major arms of this body of water include the Gulfs of Riga, Finland, and Luke.
The Baltic Sea.
That's correct. Bonus for Edie White. I'll recite the last line. You name the book. Tomorrow, I'll think of some way to get him back. After all, tomorrow is another day.
The Great Gatsby.
That's incorrect. South Lafourche.
No answer.
That is Gone with the Wind. Edie White. Darcy, as well as Elizabeth, really loved them, and they were both ever sensible of the warmest gratitude toward the persons who, by bringing her into Derbyshire, had been the means of uniting them.
Pride and Prejudice.
That's correct. Oh my girls, however long you may live, I never can wish you a greater happiness than this.
Little Woman.
That's correct. Got 2 right for 4 points. And here's a 2-point toss-up. After fighting in the revolutionary armies that defeated the Spanish and gained independence for many South American nations, they went on to fight for the caudillos, Latin American military leaders that were vying for power. Before this, they were rounding up the herds of horses and cattle that roamed the Andes. Identify, Ethan?
Inca.
It's incorrect. Identify these cowboys of the Pampas. Eli?
Guachos.
No, the Gauchos. 2-point toss-up. Born in Russia, he immigrated to the United States with his family at the age of 5. Starting out as a singer in restaurants and cafes, this self-taught pianist would become one of the most popular musicians in the world, despite the fact that he never learned to read music. Name this composer of White Christmas. Alexis?
Tchaikovsky.
That's incorrect. Ethan?
Bing Crosby.
No, Irving Berlin. 2-point toss-up. Improper metabolization of this amino acid has been implicated as a cause of schizophrenia. It's also a precursor for production of both serotonin and melatonin, a use that has proven effective. Cameron?
Dopamine.
That's incorrect. Use that has proven effective for treatment both for sleep disorders as well as seasonal affective disorder. But it's most often known for causing sleepiness after a hearty Thanksgiving meal. Name this substance. Eli?
Adenosine.
No, it's tryptophan. 2-point toss-up. The 1881 Michelson-Morley experiment was an attempt to measure the velocity of the Earth in respect to the rest of the universe. In 1905, Einstein drew from the experiment to determine that what was a universal constant. Drew?
Speed of light.
That's correct. Bonus for South Lafourche. I'll recite some state song lyrics. You name the state. Emblem of freedom, it sets our heart aglow with thoughts of San Jacinto and glorious Alamo.
Texas.
That's right. Roger Williams would be proud to see his colony.
North Carolina.
That's incorrect. Edie White?
Connecticut.
No, Roger Williams is Rhode Island. South Lafourche. How fair the bosom of thy lakes.
Michigan.
Michigan.
That's correct. You got 2 right for 4 points, and that's the end of the round. Welcome back to South Louisiana Quiz Bowl. Here's a new player coming into the game for South Lafourche.
Hello, my name is Porter Boziga. I am a freshman. This is my 4th year in Quiz Bowl, and I really love Slinkies.
All right, welcome to the game. South Lafourche leading Edie White as we continue. Here are some 2-point toss-ups. Its regions include Gladsheim, Vingolf, and Idalar. Said to be located at the center of the universe, its name literally means Yard of the Gods. Accessible only, Cameron?
Asgard.
That's right. Said to measure 1.15 meters long and 0.7 meters tall and wide, it's said to have been made of acacia wood. According to legend and tradition, it contains manna, the rod of Aaron, and Eli?
Ark of the Covenant.
That's right. He is best known for his poetry, which is collected in such works as The Panther and the Lash and Fine Clothes for the Jew. Identify this figure of the Harlem Renaissance and author of the Weary Blues. Alexis.
Hughes.
That's correct. This double reed instrument has a conical bore and is often constructed in 3 sections. With 6 finger holes and numerous keys, it has a musical range of around 2.5 octaves. Name this woodwind instrument to which the rest of the orchestra traditionally tunes. Drew?
Oboe.
That's right. She was born and raised in Philadelphia. 5 years after her death in 1978, Derek Freeman published a work subtitled The Making and Unmaking of an Anthropological Myth, challenging all of her major conclusions. Who was this author of Coming of Age in Samoa? That was Margaret Mead. This word originally applied to buccaneers infesting the Spanish-American coast. Identify this term used today as a governmental in government as a political tactic by senators to delay a vote on a bill. Luke.
Filibuster?
That's right. And that is the end of the round. South Lafourche still in the lead as we come to our 60-second round. Edie White, you get first choice of categories. You have the arts, physics, finish the line of poetry, or potpourri.
Physics.
Physics, okay. You have 60 on the clock. Good luck. What genius wrote on the aerodynamics of moving bodies?
Pass.
Equal to the force of 1 Newton per square meter, what is the SI unit of pressure?
Pascal.
That's right. What term describes the amount of inertia and motion an object has?
Momentum.
Correct. If you're counting vibrations of a tuning fork per second, you're measuring what quantity?
Frequency.
Correct. In free fall, when drag equals weight, what is the vertical acceleration?
9.8 meters per second.
Incorrect. The interferometer was used in 1881 to measure the speed of what?
Sound.
No. Polarization is unique to which class of wave to which light but not sound belongs? Answer.
Freeze.
No more. All right. You got 3 right for 6 points. South Lafourche, here you go. What genius wrote on the aerodynamics of moving bodies?
Newton.
No, Einstein. In free fall, when drag equals weight, what is the vertical acceleration?
0.
That's right. The interferometer was used in 1881 to measure the speed of what?
Heat transfer.
No, light. Polarization is unique to which class of wave to which light but not sound belongs?
Electromagnetic.
No, the transverse. You got 1 right for 2 points. South Lafourche, your category now. The arts. Finish the line of poetry or potpourri.
Potpourri. Potpourri.
All right. 60 on the clock. Good luck. From which ancient culture does St. Valentine originate?
Celtic.
Incorrect. What verb that rhymes with nape means to stare with open mouth?
Gape.
That's right. What crop is a special target of the boll weevil?
Corn.
Incorrect. What philosophical concept opposes determinism?
Free will.
That's right. What's the total number of years Sleeping Beauty and Rip Van Winkle slept? Total number of years.
120.
That's right. The name of what furniture polish means a vow or a solemn promise?
Shine.
Incorrect. You got 3 right for 6 points. Edie White, here you go. From which ancient cultures does Saint Valentine originate?
Roman.
That's right. What crop is a special target of the boll weevil? Answer.
Wheat.
No, cotton. The name of what furniture polish means a vow or a special promise?
Oath.
No, pledge. You got 1 right for 2 points. That is the end of the round. Let's take a quick break. We'll South Louisiana Quiz Bowl in a moment. South Louisiana Quiz Bowl Online is made possible by the generous support of these sponsors. MC Bank, sharing the hometown spirit since 1955. Lapco Manufacturing, modern industrial workwear. Barker Honda, Martin Luther King Boulevard in Houma. It's better at Barker. Houma Paint and Industrial Supply, proud supporter of education in the Bayou region. DHD Offshore Services, personnel for inshore and offshore projects. DHD, a workforce that soars. Welcome back to South Louisiana Quiz Bowl. Here's a new player coming in for Edie White.
Hi, I'm Alden Arsama. Outside of Quiz Bowl, I do band, and I like Slinkies too.
Cameron, hold it up. Everybody know. Go ahead. New good luck charm after the winning answer on the last kid. There's the Slinky that now represents South Lafourche. Ada is back in the game, and South Lafourche leading Edie White as we come to the last round. All 2-point toss-ups, so good luck for a spot in the finals. Here we go. The chambered nautilus, the squid, and the octopus are all members of what class of mollusks, named from the Greek for head-footed? Ethan.
Cephalopods.
That's right. Identify the Norwegian playwright of Hedda Gabler, Pillars of Society, and Peer Gynt. That is Heinrich Ibsen. A student of guerrilla war tactics from liberation movements in Brazil and Uruguay in the 1800s, he returned to his home nation and led a small band of revolutionary fighters against Austria and France. Identify this Italian fighter for unification, the leader of the Red Shirts. That was Giuseppe Garibaldi. Her parents were among the 120 original settlers of the Roanoke colony of Virginia. 3 years after her birth, it was determined that she and the entire population of the colony had Cameron?
Virginia May?
Incorrect. Disappeared without a trace. Named this first English child born in America. Luke?
Elizabeth Wolfe?
No, Virginia Dare. An old man with an unusual eye is murdered and buried under the floorboards of his murderer's home. When the police, Eli.
The Telltale Heart.
That's right. Despite his reputation, he refused the $30,000 the British offered him and his men to assist in their taking of a major southern port. Instead, he warned the officials of New Orleans that the British were planning to attack and assisted Luke.
Jean Lafitte?
That's right. This nation was founded in 1947 and led by Muhammad Ali Jinnah until his death a year later. Its mountains include the Nanga Parbat. Luke?
Pakistan?
That's correct. For 2 points, identify the controversial founder of the Unification Church. Alexis?
Joseph Smith.
Incorrect. South Africa. It was Sun Myung Moon. When her husband was torn apart by his brother, she gathered the pieces of his body, mourned him, and brought Cameron.
ISIS?
That's right. He first went to sea at the age of 13 and later gained wealth by raiding Spanish colonies, gaining the favor, Ethan? Gaining the favor of Queen Elizabeth. In 1577, he was commissioned to explore South America and subsequently became the first man to sail his own ship, the Golden Hind, around the globe. Named this Englishman who would later lead the fleet that defeated the Spanish Armada. Luke?
Cook?
No, Francis Drake. She's called the liberator of her sex by her husband, Shariah. Her sister is the one to whom she tells her tales, but she always makes sure that Shariah is within earshot. She always makes sure to always leave the story unfinished. This is because Shariah had decided to take a new wife every night and have her killed in the morning. After 1,001 nights of storytelling, however, what woman had conceived the Sultan to reverse his decree? Luke?
Nasra?
Incorrect. South Lafourche. It was Scheherazade. Sergei Prokofiev first composed an opera based on this novel in the 1940s. Its main focus is Napoleon's invasion of Russia. Published in 1860. Luke?
War and Peace?
That's right. This term applies to several entities, the most well-known of which is comprised of Great Britain and its current and former dependencies. Drew.
Commonwealth.
That's right. Believed to have been of Babylonian origin, what device consisting of a frame in which beaded wires represented the decimal places? Drew.
Abacus.
That's right. It was named for the uncle of Muhammad from whom all of its caliphs descended. The dynasty focused their attention east of Arabia and moved the capital to Baghdad, often referred to as the Golden Age of the Muslim Empire. Luke?
Opposite?
That's right. In 1846, he was given a patent for his most famous device. However, it sold poorly, and he moved to England to make improvements on his machine. Ethan?
Tesla.
Incorrect. Only to return the next year and find that his devices were being mass-produced and selling greatly, a discovery that led to a lengthy patent infringement suit against Isaac Singer. Identify this American inventor of the first practical sewing machine. Eli.
Eli Whitney.
No, Eli Howe. That is the end of the game. Congratulations to South Lafourche High School as they advance to our varsity championship game. Unfortunately, MC Bank, our principal sponsor, was not able to send a representative today, so I will handle the trophy presentation myself. To the team captain, Luke Omer, and filling in for Mr. Craig Foray today is Ms. Fran Knockham for our third place team this season, Edie White Catholic. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, it's South Lafourche versus Vanderbilt Catholic in the championship match. That's coming up next week. We'll see you then. Good night.